Oh my goodness. Hi, Maury. Congrats on getting first. Good to see you. Hi, wow. I don't think anyone had a streak going on. Thank you, Maury. It's happening tomorrow. So tomorrow is the start of the 3 12-hour 1K Philly anniversary 3DO Donathon thing. You were pretty close, wow. It was pretty close. Okay. Oop. Hi. Hold on. The Twitch app doesn't want to let me see chat. It's whispers. I don't know. The mobile app's being weird. Stream manager. Later. Uh. Okay. That works, I suppose. That's all I have to do, unless because there's supposed to be a thing. You just scroll down a little, and it lets you see your chat on the mobile app, but it doesn't want to let me scroll for some reason. So, I guess we gotta go to the stream manager. Hopefully, that's not as big a drain on the phone battery. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. Thank you for the 10 stream streak. Wow, thank you. I'm good, Maury. I'm good. I am very excited. We'll see if I'm able to wake up in time. We'll see. So we finished the Book Nook last night, or Monday night. We finished the Book Nook Monday night, and so, and I like to do something hand cam when we do the big streams, right? It feels nice. So I wanted to go and see if I could find some cards or something, some Pokemon or Magic cards. So I went to Walmart, just on the off chance they had some. If they didn't, I was like, okay, it's fine, because the local game store is still kind of a drive, and I didn't, whatever. So I went to see if I could find some. So on my way in, I looked at the aisle up by the self checkout. I just saw an empty shelf, empty shelves. So like, okay, they don't have anything. It looks like they have Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was my sister's birthday yesterday, so I got her a bag of salt and vinegar chips while I was there, and then I looped around the store, went through the toy aisle, checked clearance. There was nothing. They had a bunch of like Star Wars action figures in the clearance aisle. I don't know if it's just because I guess nobody's buying Star Wars action figures, at least not these ones. They were Black Series figures based on Star Wars Battlefront 2 models. There was the Clone Commando from Battlefront 2, EA's Battlefront 2, and one of the B1 droids with the test dummy paint job where it's like white and then has a target on his chest. It was on clearance, but it was still $29.99. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy talk. Crazy talk. Goodness. Like, who's buying those? I don't know. Not me. um, I thought it was like Gregor from the Clone Wars show, the cartoon. Uh, wasn't. I didn't even recognize it at first. I just, oh, that's a Clone Commando. Is Battlefront 2 action figures? That game came out how long ago? 2017? 2018? Um, kind of the game like single-handedly killed loot boxes in a broad sense, right? Um, like that game is almost 10 years old. And we're just getting action figures based on them? That feels weird. That doesn't feel right. You had a burger for dinner? Wow, nice. A burger sounds yummy. Hi, Dusklight. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. The affiliate anniversary is actually tomorrow, but I guess it does it like 24 hours before. And that day, um, but yeah, oh, there's the ad break. um, and then I checked the toy aisle. They had a bunch of Beyblades that looked kind of cool, but they were like $9 for one of them. When I bought a bunch of them like last year or 2 years ago, they're like $7 for one Beyblade, um, and the two packs were like 15. Like no, no. They had a lot of Pokemon plushies, and the figures that are scaled for like the what are they called? The battle figures. I don't know. I don't know. They're just little Pokemon action figures, right? That are like scaled to each other, which is really neat. Um, there was an Alakazam. I remember seeing an Alakazam action figure. Um, there was no Pokemon cards. No Pokemon cards in the whole store. And then I need a pair of tweezers. So I go to the cosmetic section of the store up at the front, and I walk around for like five minutes, and I could not find tweezers. I didn't know where they were. Um, and then I went to the self checkout aisle with the cards. They had no Pokemon. They were cleaned out. They had these little like Pikachu box sets of like Pikachu figures, little Pikachus in different poses. I don't know if they were die cast or anything, um, but that was it. And they have my Walmart is always swimming in Yu-Gi-Oh. Always, it always has been. I have not seen it empty of Yu-Gi-Oh. I think once. There maybe have been periods where it was just like structure decks, because they keep reprinting that darn Blue Eyes structure deck from like 2008. Like there's just always copies of that thing on the shelf. They had some of the Yu-Gi-Oh Chronicles decks from the animated shorts on YouTube. I still need to watch those. Um, I still need to watch those. Um, they had a couple Gundam starter decks, but I wanted packs to open, and so like the whole bottom shelf of this aisle near the self checkout was just Yu-Gi-Oh. Just they have a bunch of those mini boxes. Konami calls them mini boxes. They're just kind of wide rectangles with 4 packs in them. That's it. They're basically tins, but in a cardboard box that's not useful for storage at all. It sucks. Welcome back from the break, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you, thank you. Um, but how are you, Maury? How are you, Wow? How are you, Dusklight? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. Um, they did have magic product though. They had some. So, a couple weeks ago, I think. Um, sorry. A couple weeks ago. Sorry, I had some chips before stream. Um, I got myself a bag of dill pickle flavored Lay's, and because they're on rollback, and they sounded good. So they're they uh they dry out your mouth like salt and vinegar, but they just taste so good. So my tongue's a little dry, feels a little fuzzy, right? Anyway, they had some magic product. They had two structure decks, starter decks, because Magic has released, Wizards released two starter deck, structure deck things to get into for people to get into standard. I think they're intended. I think they're playable in standard. You won't be winning any games with one of them. Uh, so they released one based around angels, another one with a base round. It's the angel deck. I think is just mono white. It might be white green. Maybe I think it's white green because I think there's Lana War elves in there and stuff. Um, and the other one is pirates themed with it's is it colors blue red, and the like it's not the only metric to judge the product by, right? Especially in card games, like breaking down the monetary value of every card in the deck uh, isn't always does not make it not worth it for somebody, right? Of course, but the Angels deck has cards that are more valuable in it on the secondary market than the Pirates deck, and that value is in like two Angel cards that are at like 3 copies each, and because those Angels are good in Commander, not in Standard. Um, and I think one of the angels is like $3 each, or total with the 3 copies in the deck, it's $3 and like 45 cents, something like that. Could be different now, um, but the pirates deck is just like completely not worth it. It's terrible. Um, uh, Battling if you use the decks against each other, that's a little better. Um, but the Angel deck is still weighted a little heavier than the Pirates deck, just because the Angel synergy and the engine pieces in the Angel deck are just more consistent. Um, the Pirates deck is not. It's uh, that was the only ones. There were only two decks, and they were both the Pirates one. Um, one of them was opened. I didn't look at it, but one of them had the top seal popped open or whatever. So I don't know if someone stole it. uh, but the Pirates deck, if you were to just buy the cards singleton or individually on the secondary market on like Card Kingdom or what TCG Play or whatever, uh, it's like $11, and they're asking for like $24 for one of these starter decks. Uh, it's 24, 20 something. Um, just totally not worth it. If you want those, like the pirate shark men, they look cool. You could just get them for like pennies online. So the pirates deck is just like completely not worth buying in the box. You could just buy the singletons and you're good. The deck's terrible if you were to take either one, the Angels or the Pirates, to like Friday Night Magic or like a tournament. You're gonna get your butt wiped. The Angel deck might take a win or two because the Angels are good cards, just not really amazing in Standard. Um, and if you were to upgrade them for Standard with your own cards or to buy other cards to put in swap cards out of the decks off the shelf, um, the Angels deck, you would be cutting all the Angels out. In the Pirates deck, you're better off just making your own deck. Um, really. So they're just really not worth it if you're buying them to get into Standard. Standard, as in the format Standard, where you have a limited card pool going back like uh, the last 3 I think they increased the set rotation to like 5 years. So the past like 5, maybe it's 3 now. I don't know. I think it used to be 2, and then they increased it to 3 or 4. Um, the past few years of Magic sets, and then as the next calendar year rolls around, the furthest away sets, uh, in terms of release year, you can't use those cards anymore. That's standard. That's what standard is. So if you want to get into standard, you're better out. You have much better options than these two structure decks, and they've made it the wording and stuff that Wizards did when they announced these were like we're gonna. They left the impression that they were going to release more of these. So hopefully those ones are better. But they did have a handful of booster packs left on the shelf at Walmart. So I grabbed all of them. There were not that many. I grabbed five Lorwyn Eclipsed play boosters. They're right here. We're going to open them on stream in the morning tomorrow, just because I don't want to wait. I don't feel like waiting. And we have like 3 hours to kill before Deep Rock with Kumi and RD and DJ tomorrow afternoon. So that'll take up that time just fine. But yeah, so that was my outing today. I got 5 booster packs and some chips. I'm excited to open them. Don't lick me, Ninetail. Hi, Ninetail. You want a good girl? You got it. Oh, also, my plan tonight was to just read. I want to read the Wikipedia article for horseshoe crabs, because I find them very interesting, and the article is kind of lengthy, but not like as long as the Brontosaurus article. If you need just a good read for like an hour, depending on how fast you read, of course, read the Brontosaurus article on Wikipedia. It's very good. It's very good. It took us 4 hours to read it because we kept getting rated. I think that was the longest ASMR stream we've ever had. Like 4.5 hours. Because we kept getting rated when I was going to end. So we just kept reading the Wikipedia article. But hi, Ninetail. Hope we're doing okay. Those are super cute emotes. Don't jingle. I can pay attention. You don't need to jingle keys in front of me. You don't need to do that. Okay. Let's get you a good girl, Ninetail. Ninetail. Very good girl. Good girl, Ninetail. Good girl. 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 Oh, encoding was overloaded for a second. I don't know why. But it was. If you can hear me, I just reload the stream. Reload the stream. I don't know how long the encoder was overloaded. I don't know why. I just pulled up Discord. Yeah, the encoder was a little overloaded apparently. Okay. I think it was just for like literally a second. So. Okay. That's good, just you got a boy. Good girl, Ninetail. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Ninetail. Good Good girl, night down, good girl. Good girl, Nightail, good girl. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Yes, you are. Such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Nightail, good girl. Good girl, good girl. Aw, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Nightail, good girl. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Nightail, good girl. Good girl, good girl. Yes, you are such a good girl. Hey, Haku. You want a good boy? You got it. I can get that to you after I get Mori for fast scratches. Thank you for being patient with me, Mori. It was only 4 minutes ago. Feels way longer than 4 minutes, but I can't see the timer on the countdown on my phone. Oh, I can. It's right there. Okay. 24 minutes. But we had lasagna for dinner. We just had a frozen Stouffer's lasagna. I like Stouffer's stuff. I haven't had all of it, but their microwave meatloaf meal with like mashed potatoes. That one's pretty good. I don't know if they still make it or if they've changed anything about it. That was 4 years ago. You know. And then I had some chips, so my tongue's a little dry because they're dill pickle flavored. It's very salty. Very salty. Hope you're doing okay, Haku. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Hope you've been well. Excuse me. Alright, goodness. That burp. There was no warning with that one. I apologize. Alright. There you go, Maury. Thank you for the redeem, swear. Thank you. All right, let's get you a good boy, Haku. All right.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting, spending time with us on the streams. Thank you. Thank you, Haku. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. You worked very hard this week. And I'm very proud of you. Good. Good boy, Haku. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Haku. Good boy. Good boy, Haku. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Very good boy, Haku. Good boy. Good boy, Haku. Good boy. Good boy.
Excuse me. Sorry. Goodness. Sorry.
Haku, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think it makes the world a better place. In my humble opinion, anyway. You're very
All right. After we finish this, we'll start reading the Wikipedia article for horseshoe crabs because they're just neat. I just think they're neat.
Good boy, Haku, good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Haku, good boy. Good boy, Haku, good boy, 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 good boy. Oh, look at you, such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Haku, good boy. Good boy, Haku, good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Haku, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Haku, good boy.
Thank you, Haku. Thank you for the redeemed spirit. Thank you. Hopefully that was okay for you. All right. Shall we get started here? I hope you guys don't mind me reading Wikipedia. I enjoy doing it. Every now and then it's fun. But please feel free to redeem trigger requests and things of the sort. Don't feel like you can't. Okay. All right. So this is the Wikipedia article titled "The Horseshoe Crab." I like them a lot. They're fun. Okay. This one is kind of long, but a big chunk of that is like its phylogeny graph or whatever that's called. I can't recall right now. It is very long. It it might be on about on par with the Brontosaurus article, perchance. But like three paragraphs worth of scrolling is just the phylogeny. So okay. Horseshoe crabs are arthropods of the family Lemuridae, and the only surviving Xiphosaurans. 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 Despite their name, they are not crabs or even crustaceans. They are chelicerates. Chelicerates? A word sounds familiar to me. More closely related to arachnids like spiders, ticks, and scorpions. The body of a horseshoe crab is divided into three main parts: the cephalothorax, abdomen, and telson. The largest of these, the cephalothorax, houses most of the animal's eyes, limbs, and internal organs. It is also where the animal gets its name, as its shape somewhat resembles that of a horseshoe. Horseshoe crabs have been described as living fossils, having changed little since they first appeared in the Triassic around 250 million years ago. And similar looking fossils, Xiphosaurus, Xiphosaurans extend back to the Ordovician around 445 million years ago. Only four species of horseshoe crab are extant today: the Atlantic horseshoe crab, Limulus polyphemus, native to the eastern coast of North and Central America, as well as the mangrove horseshoe crab, Carcinoscorpius rotundicauda, tri-spine horseshoe crab, Tachypleus tridentatus, an Indo-Pacific horseshoe crab, Tachypelus gigas, gigas. I think it just means big, right? Like Gigan, the kaiju from Godzilla. I don't know. Which are native to Southeast, and East Asia. Most horseshoe crabs are marine, though the mangrove horseshoe crab is often found in brackish water. In the Atlantic, horseshoe crab is resident in brackish estuarine ecosystems, such as the Delaware and Chesapeake Bays. Additionally, certain extinct species transitioned into living solely in freshwater. Horseshoe crabs primarily live at the water's bottom, but they can swim if needed. Horseshoe crabs are often caught for their blood, which contains limules, 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 ambosite lysate, a chemical used to detect bacterial endotoxins. Additionally, the animals are used as fishing bait in the United States and eaten as a delicacy in some parts of Asia. In recent years, horseshoe crabs have experienced a population decline. This is mainly due to coastal habitat destruction and overharvesting. To ensure their continued existence, many areas have enacted regulations on harvesting and established captive breeding programs. That's good. Phylogeny and evolution. The fossil record of Xyphosera, the broader group that includes horseshoe crabs and their extinct relatives, extends back to the early Ordovician, around 480 million years ago. Ordovician xiphosaurans, such as Lunataspis, already bear a close resemblance to living horseshoe crabs. For modern horseshoe crabs, their earliest appearance was approximately 250 million years ago during the early Triassic. Because they have seen little morphological change since then. Soft scratches? Yes, I can wait. Hi, Crid. How you doing, sweetheart?
Mwah.
Thank you for the redeem, Mori. Sorry. I get talking and then I start waving my hands around. How are you, Crid? Oh, Crid, I saw you played the Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo. Did it run okay? That's my biggest worry for Monster Hunter Stories 3 is if it runs okay. Because Monster Hunter Wilds, I have not heard good things or seen good things. Does the demo run okay? I think it was you that I saw playing it on Discord. I think. You're doing great. That's good to hear. We're reading about horseshoe crabs. Produce the stuff for it. Granted, your PC is an old one. I see. Like the graphic settings and stuff. Because Stories 2 runs like a dream. Stories 2 runs really well. Because they had to put that thing on Switch. Like base Switch. So, the thing runs pretty good. It didn't really crash or anything on me. So did the Monster Hunter Stories re-release. Is it a remaster? No, it's not really a remaster. I guess it's more of a remaster than a remake. The game is going to be a nightmare based on what you can get purely in the demo in terms of difficulty. Stories 2. Sorry, we're a little off track here. Stories 2, I only found difficult in like a couple boss fights, and it was mostly the big bug bosses, the beetle, and then there's the flying one, and then the flying one gets on top of the beetle, and then you have to like knock the flying one off or something, or they like one shot you. So Yeah, I did read the demo description, and like they cap how many eggs you can take or something like that. Um, which is fine. Like, um, once you know how the game systems work, you really only go into a den if it's gold, if it's a rare den, or an Elder Dragon den, uh, or you make a monster retreat to a den. You know, hard time with Nergigante. It's been so long. I think Nergigante, like, I think I only remember wiping once or twice, and it was to the boss in Stories 2. That was just the big beetle and the flying bug. We wiped once or twice to that one. Uh, we didn't even like wipe to the final boss or anything. I did a ton of grinding though. We put 116 hours into Stories 2. So like just reloading and loading game areas to spawn rare dens. Because in Stories 2, it's more open world than the. Well, they're both kind of equal. First and Stories 1 and 2 are both kind of open worldy. Um, Stories 2 is just a little better that way. And the render distance you can see farther. um, but if you go to the caravan stand and then you wait, um, it's either you wait till nighttime or you fast travel back to a different caravan stand and come back. It rolls the den spawns. No, there are already in Stories too, um, but like there's you just you 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 get them early because you just need monsties. But you really only need rare den eggs. You really only needed those in Stories 2. I'm very excited for the game that comes out in a couple weeks. I'm very excited. I am super excited. Hi, Bun Bunny.
Mwah.
But it's good to hear it ran okay. You just had to turn some settings down. That's good. That's good. Kumi. Oh, I forgot to plug in my earbuds to my monitor. There we go. Hi, Kumi. You get 60 FPS? Okay. That's what the stream is at. Uh, I'm streaming at 60 FPS, so I only need to play the games at 60 FPS. And it's not like an action game. There we go. Please go follow Kumi if you're not already. Thank you for the raid, Kumi. Thank you, sweetheart. Mwah. I appreciate it lots. How are you? I hope you had a good time with Neo 3. Melting bosses as usual. And the eggs. Well, you can get the only reason in Stories 2 after you have the monsters you want. After you have the monsters you want to build and fill their gene bingos, the only reason to go into dens after that is to farm genes. And you can do that with the regular dens too. Like you can find heavy eggs in the regular dens. Um, heavy and stinky eggs, but yeah. Hi Kumi, hi Phobos. Thank you for being here, Phobos. Thank you, Kumi. Affiliate anniversary is tomorrow. Thank you for highlighting your message, Artie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the stretch, Artie. It was lots of fun. Let's go. We're yapping about Monster Hunter Stories 2 right now. And 3, I guess. I was asking Crit if the demo for Stories 3 ran okay. because I'm just terrified of the game running like garbage. Stories 2 runs like a dream, at least for me. And the Stories 1 remaster that came out last year. I think that was last year. Maybe it's 2 years ago. I don't remember. Uh, ran pretty good as well. I mean, they just kind of took the original game from the 3DS, made it scaled up for like 1080 screens or whatever, higher resolutions, and then yeah. Okay, good, thank you. I want to know as little as possible. It's a cartoonish looking egg. Yeah, yeah. Rise has Stories 2 event missions where you can get Palico armor and stuff like that. My hunter in Rise is wearing the base armor from Stories 2. It is very cool as layered armor. They have your funny frog. Zamtrios? Zamtrios, hi Mercury. Mwah. How are you, sweetheart? How you doing? But yeah, please go follow Kumi if you're not already. We'll be seeing Kumi tomorrow afternoon. And RD and DJ for some Deep Rock Galactic for however long they want to deal with me. And before that, in the morning, we'll open up 5 Magic the Gathering packs. I found some at Walmart. They only had 5. I bought all 5. Chatacabra. I've never heard of that one. At least I can't place it by the name alone. I only know of Zamtrios and like not Kuluyaku, Yonkutku, because of the Stories games. I only know that because of the Stories games. So I'm very excited to discover new monsters. Very excited for that. I'm very excited. We'll be starting. We'll be opening them probably around like 11:30 to noon Mountain Time, Phobos. We'll probably do a lot of yapping at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, so I'm very excited to see all these wilds monsters in chibi cartoony form. I'm very excited. I have purposely avoided as much wild content as I can. Uh, I stopped watching Kumi stream for like a month because he played wilds every night. So, like I was committed. No worries, Kumi.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Take care of yourself. Get some food. And get some water. Take your meds. Take your vitamins. Don't forget to brush your teeth. I'll see you tomorrow. Feels much better than 2. Well, okay. Hi, Wampus. Mwah. Hi, Wampus. I've missed you. I've been waiting to raid you, but I can't. I can't. What is raid? There we go. Please go follow Wampus if not already. Wampus is very sweet. Wampus plays video games and does ASMR streams. Wampus's ASMR is very good. They're very good. Very good ASMR. And Wampus is super sweet. Wampus is also very funny. And Wampus has a great laugh too. Thank you, Wampus. But welcome, Raiders. Sorry. Welcome, Raiders. If you don't know me, I'm Ketchup the Bear, your local Tiger Variety streamer. I do ASMR like this every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I do handcam ASMR on Sundays. And the rest of the week we play games. The rest of this week is going to be very different from usual. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Starting tomorrow on Thursday, we'll be doing 12-hour streams on each of those days to celebrate hitting 1,000 followers 2 weeks ago, and our affiliate anniversary, which is officially tomorrow, but Twitch does the happy for the anniversary for like 48 hours, 72 hours, something like that. um, so we'll be celebrating that. And I made up some new incentives towards the 3DO on the throne. Um, the next one, here's a list of them. The next of them is in like $7. I'll squish the squishmallow. The yellow bear squishmallow that sits on the floor behind me in the handcam streams. The next handcam ASMR, I'll squish the squishmallow with my squishmallows. If you get my meaning there. When we hit 200, I appreciate you, Wampus. You're very sweet. I can get your smooches after I do this spiel, Crid. Would you like slow smooches tonight, Crid? When we hit 200, uh, funded for the 3DO, we'll sculpt chat PFPs out of clay. I hope my clay hasn't dried out. We hit 225. I'll do an ASMR roleplay video based on this. I'll improv one based on a scenario of chat's choosing. I'll either take suggestions and put the. I'll probably take suggestions and then put it in a poll in the Discord. And then when we hit 250, we'll make a puppet, another hand puppet using materials chosen by chat. I tried to do that last time. I ended up having to do like a Twitter poll or something, but I have a Discord now, so should be fine. I have a couple puppet ideas in my head, so I might do those as options in the poll as well. I have this white yarn that has kind of loops in it. So I went to Joann's like a month before they all shut down. And I got a bunch of stuff for like dirt cheap. I got this yarn with loops, this white kind of cream yarn that has loops in it, like the thick fuzzy yarn. That's good for like making those big poofy scarves or whatever. Um, and I have some black fleece, so I thought I could like um wrap this yarn around the puppet and like glue it on with little dots of hot glue, and then it looks like a sheep. Thought that would be cute. And I got this big Christmas stocking made of faux fur that looks like wolf fur. It's white tipped with gray. Super soft stuff is and it's already kind of in puppet shape. So I've thought about like cutting the seams open and then making that into a puppet. I don't know how I go about doing that exactly. I probably couldn't do that on stream. I don't think I have the desk space. But I want to do that. I want to do that. And then when we hit 265 towards the 3DO, I'll do 50 squats on the spot. And then when we hit 275, I'll sculpt the VTuber friends out of clay. We'll probably do a bunch of bear friends, Kumi, Wampus, Andy, Minari, all those people. Those will probably all be separate streams. I not prepped to do those on the 12-hour streams. We might be able to do chat PFPs on Friday, if we hit that then. But that's probably better for its own stream. And then if we had 300, we'll paint some tabletop miniatures. I have a big backlog, so if we hit it, I'm gonna like put them in like wrap them in like tissue or something and put them all in like a Ziploc bag, put them in a big bin, and then I'll just take one out and then we'll paint it. When we hit 350, I will attempt to make onigiri on stream. We got a fancy electric rice cooker with all these fancy settings, so I can actually like make rice good, and so we can try making onigiri. That sounds like fun. That'll be a hand cam stream. If we hit 375, I still have a bunch of those warheads from the Halloween candy tier list. I'll just shove a fistful in my mouth and probably promptly spit them out. And then when it's fully funded, we'll do thigh ear cupping. We'll do a thigh cupping endurance stream. Apparently, I'm also going to need like an audio interface thing to plug the mic into, and then plug the interface into my computer to connect the 3DO to my computer. I need to ask Sucrose how she does it, because she has a 3DO. Um, anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's the Donathon rewards. Anyway, let's get you your smooches, Crid. But how are you, Mercury? Did you get no emotes? Did you get new emotes? Emotes? Those look a little different, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Let's get your smooches, Crit, and then we will continue the horseshoe crab Wikipedia article. But yes, please go follow Kumi and Wampus. Oops. And Mercury, please go follow Mercury as well. Mercury is also a fellow boy of the femme variety, just like me and Kumi. Mercury's very sweet. He has a very cute voice. He does lots of TCG content and Pokemon stuff and art streams. Okay. The new emotes, let's go. But please give Mercury some love. He just recently hit 400, I believe. I believe it was 400. So if you could help him get there to 500 and beyond that, it would be much appreciated. He's very sweet. Okay. Those are some cute. Oh, they're Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay, I got it. Gotcha. It took me a second. I was trying to figure out what pride colors those were, but those are Yu-Gi-Oh creature types, or extra deck monster types. Gotcha. Okay. Here's their smooches, Crid, and then we'll get Maury some sniffas, and then we will continue reading the article. Oh, link version for random slots. I see. That's too bad. Links are the ones I still don't get how links work. I kind of understand synchros. I just can't do math, I guess. couple more smooches for you, Crit, and then we'll get Maury's sniffers.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0.
All right. Hopefully those smooches were okay for you, Crit. All right, we'll drink some water. I ate some dill pickle flavored Lay's before stream. That was a mistake. My tongue, my mouth's all like, fuzzy after just, you know. They're not. I don't think dill pickle flavored Lay's are as bad as like salt and vinegar in terms of like just destroying your mouth for a day or two. But they're certainly bad. They just taste really good, but they do like kill your taste buds. At least it feels like they do. With that vinegary saltiness, Right, the chip flavor is called salt vinegar. Whatever. Okay. Here's your sniffers, Maury. Excuse me, sorry. Stupid burps. All right, let's do a few more. I can't do sniffers too long. They wear me out. A couple more. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta blow my nose now. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you for the sniffer redeem, Maury. I can get you some more in a little bit. Okay. Let's continue reading the Wikipedia article. Okay. Okay. Horseshoe crabs resemble crustaceans but belong to a separate subphylum of the arthropods, Chelicerata? Chelicerata? I believe that's how you pronounce it. Could be wrong. Horseshoe crabs are closely related to the extinct Eurypterids, sea scorpions, which include some of the largest arthropods to have ever existed, and the two may be sister groups. The difficult to classify Chasmatas, chas, Chasmatospidids, Chasmata, Chasmatospidids are also thought to be closely related to horseshoe crabs. What are Chasmospetids? Oh, okay. I guess we'd have to read that article too. Oh, excuse me. The radiation of horseshoe crabs resulted in 22 known species, of which only 4 remain. The Atlantic species is sister to the 3 Asian species, the latter of which are likely the result of 2 divergences relatively close in time. The last common ancestor of the 4 extant species is estimated to have lived about 135 million years ago in the Cretaceous. Limulidae is the only extant family of the order Xyphosura. 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 Something like that. Welcome back from the outbreak, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. And contains all 4 living species of horseshoe crabs. And it goes through the species again. Carcinoscorpius rotundicauda, the mangrove horseshoe crab found in South and Southeast Asia. Limulus polyphemus, the Atlantic or American horseshoe crab found along the Atlantic coast of the United States and the southeast Gulf of Mexico. Tachypleus gigas, the Indo-Pacific, Indonesian, Indian, or southern horseshoe crab found in South and Southeast Asia. Tachypleus tridentatus, the Chinese, Japanese, or tri-spine horseshoe crab found in Southeast and East Asia. And then it gives us a list of genera, all of them. I'm not going to read all of that. It's just a bunch of scientific names for a bunch of different species of horseshoe crab, which is very interesting. But there's a lot of hard words to pronounce. And some of them don't have, some of these don't have Wikipedia articles. That's too bad. All right. That's the first chunk of the article. Well, that's description and phylogeny and evolution. And now we're into the list of phylogeny here. The horseshoe crab's position within Chelicerata is complicated. However, most morphological analysis have placed them outside the arachnida, arachnida. This assumption was challenged when a genetics-based phylogeny found horseshoe crabs to be the sister group to the ricinulids. Ricinulids, which is a small order of arachnids. Like most arachnids, they are predatory, eating small arthropods. They occur today in West Central Africa and the Americas from Brazil to southern Texas. They inhabit either leaf litter or caves. Okay, so they're just little spider guys, thereby making them an arachnid. In response, a more recent paper has again placed horseshoe crabs as separate from the arachnids. This new study utilized both new and more complete sequencing data, while also sampling a larger number of taxa. Below is a cladogram showing the internal relationships of Limulidae modern horseshoe crabs based on morphology. It contains both extant and extinct members. And there's a whole bunch of them right there. Whole genome duplication. The common ancestor of arachnids and Xiphosaurans, the group that includes horseshoe crabs, underwent a whole genome duplication, WGD event. This was followed by at least 2, possibly 3 WGDs in a common ancestor of the living horseshoe crabs. This gives them unusually large genomes for invertebrates, the genomes of C. rotundicauda and T. tridentatus being approximately 1.72 GB each. That might be gigabytes, I don't know. Evidence of the duplication events include similarity in structure between chromosomes, cysteny, and clustering of homobox genes. Over time, many of the duplicated genes have changed through processes of neofunctionalization or subfunctionalization, meaning their functions are different from what they originally were. Evolution of sexual size dimorphism. Several hypotheses have been given as possible reasons why a size difference exists between male and female horseshoe crabs. This phenomenon is known as sexual size dimorphism and results in the females having a larger average size than males. The existence of this trend is likely due to a combination of 2 things. First, females take a year longer to mature and undergo an additional molt, giving them a larger average body size. Second, larger female horseshoe crabs can house more eggs within their bodies. This lets them pass on more genetic material than smaller females during each mating cycle, making larger females more prevalent. Anatomy and physiology. General body plan. Like all arthropods, horseshoe crabs have segmented bodies with jointed limbs, which are covered in a protective cuticle made of chitin. They have heads composed of several segments, which eventually fuse as an embryo. Horseshoe crabs are chelicerates, meaning their bodies are composed of 2 main parts: tagmata, the cephalothorax, and opisthosom. The cephalothorax and the opisthothosoma. The first tagma, the cephalothorax, or promosa, is a fusion of the head and thorax. This tagma is also covered by a large semicircular carapace that acts as a shield around the animal's body. It is shaped like the hoof of a horse, giving this animal its common name. In addition, the 2 main tagmata, the horseshoe crab, the horseshoe crab also possesses a long tail-like section known as the telson. In total, horseshoe crabs have 6 pairs of appendages on their cephalothorax. The first of these are chelicerae, which give chelicerates their name. That's why it's familiar. In horseshoe crabs, these look like tiny pincers in front of the mouth. Behind the chelicerae are the pedipalps, which are primarily used as legs. In the final molt of males, the ends of the pedipalps are modified into specialized grasping claws used for mating. Following the pedipalps are 3 pairs of walking legs and a set of pusher legs, or moving through soft sediment. Each of these pusher legs is biamorous, or divided into 2 separate branches. The branch closest to the front bears a flat end that looks like a leaf. This end is called the flabellum. The branch towards the back is far longer and looks similar to a walking leg. However, rather than ending in just a claw, the back branch has 4 leaf-like ends that are arranged like a petal. The final segment of the cephalothorax was originally part of the abdomen but fused in the embryo. On it are 2 flap-like appendages known as cilaria. If severed from the body, lost legs or the telson may slowly regenerate, and cracks in the body shell can heal. The opisthothosoma, or abdomen of a horseshoe crab, is composed of several fused segments, similar to a trilobite. The abdomen is made up of 3 lobes: a medial lobe in the middle, and the pleural lobe on either side. Attached to the perimeter of each pleural lobe is a flat, serrated structure known as the flange. The flange on either side is connected by the telson embayment, which itself is attached to the medial lobe. Along the line where these lobes meet are 6 sets of indentations known as apodem. Each of these serves as a muscle attachment point for the animal's 12 movable spines. On the underside of the abdomen are several biramous limbs. Biramous. The branches closest to the outside are flat and broad, while the ones on the inside are more narrow. Closest to the front is a plate-like structure made of two fused appendages. This is the genital operculum, where horseshoe crabs keep their reproductive organs. Following the operculum are 5 pairs of book gills. While mainly used for breathing, horseshoe crabs can also use their book gills to swim. At the end of the horseshoe crab's abdomen is a long tail-like spine known as a telson. It is highly mobile and serves a variety of functions. Nervous system. Eyes. Horseshoe crabs have a variety of eyes that provide them with useful vital information. The most obvious of these are 2 large compound eyes on top of the carapace. This feature is unusual, as all other living chelicerates have lost them in their evolution. In adult horseshoe crabs, the compound eyes comprise around 1,000 individual units known as ommatidia. Each ommatidium, tedium, like tedious, ommatidium is made up of a ring of retinal and pigment cells that surround something known as the eccentric cell. The secondary visual cell gets its name from the way it behaves. The eccentric cell is coupled with dendrites of normal retinal cells so that when a normal cell depolarizes in the presence of light, the eccentric cell does too. A horseshoe crab's compound eyes are less complex and organized than those of most other arthropods. Ommatidia are arranged messily in what's been deemed an imperfect hexagonal array, and have a highly variable number of photoreceptors, between 4 and 20 in the retina. Although each ommatidium typically has one eccentric cell, there are sometimes 2, and occasionally more. All the eye's photoreceptors, both rods and cones, have a single visual pigment, with a peak absorption of around 525 nanometers. This differs from insects or decapod crustaceans, as their photoreceptors are sensitive to different spectrums of light. Horseshoe crabs have relatively poor vision to compensate for that, have the largest rods and cones of any known animal. Really? Around 100 times the size of humans. Furthermore, their eyes are 1,000,000 times more sensitive to light at night than during the day. I didn't know they have the largest rods and cones of any known animal. That's fun trivia. That's fun. That's really cool. Hi, Gunther. Mwah. We're reading some Wikipedia about horseshoe crabs. I'm having a great time. Sorry, I like to talk with my hands, so like I'll be doing this and then immediately stop to like motion with my hands as I'm talking. So I apologize. At the front of the animal, along the cardiac ridge, are a pair of eyes known as the median oculi. The retina is even less organized than those of the compound eyes, having between 5 and 11 photoreceptors, paired with 1 or 2 secondary visual cells called arhabdomeric cells. Arhabdomeric cells are equivalent to eccentric cells as they function identically. The median ocelli are unique due to having 2 distinct visual pigments. While the first functions similarly to the pigment in the compound eyes, the second has a peak absorption of around 360 nanometers, allowing the animal to see ultraviolet light. Other, more rudimentary eyes in horseshoe crabs include the endoparietal ocelli, the 2 lateral ocelli, 2 ventral ocelli, I'm going to say ocelli, and a cluster of photoreceptors on the abdomen and telson. They have photoreceptors on their tail? Okay. The endoparietal, lateral, and ventral ocelli are very similar to the median ocelli, except, like the compound eyes, they only see in visual light with a peak absorption of around 525 nanometers. The endoparietal eye further differs due to being a fusion of two separate ocelli. The eye is found not far behind the median eyes and sits directly on the cardiac ridge. The two ventral ocelli are located on the underside of the cephalothorax, near the mouth, and likely help to orient the animal when walking around or swimming. The lateral eyes can be found directly behind the compound eyes and become functional just before the horseshoe crab larvae hatch. The telson's photoreceptors are unique as they're spaced throughout the structure rather than located in a fixed spot. Together with UV-seeing median ocelli, these photoreceptors have been found to influence the animal's circadian rhythm. That's interesting. It affects how they sleep, right? Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Circulation and respiration. We're maybe a little close to halfway through the article now. Like all arthropods, horseshoe crabs have an open circulatory system. This means that instead of using a system of closed-off veins and arteries, gases are transported through a cavity called the hemocoel, maybe. The hemococcal contains hemolymph, hemolymph, a fluid that fills all parts of the cavity and serves as the animal's blood. Rather than using iron-based hemoglobin, horseshoe crabs transport oxygen with a copper-based protein called hemocyanin, giving its blood a bright blue color. The blood also contains two types of cells, amoebocytes that are utilized in clotting, and cyanocytes that create hemocyanin. Horseshoe crabs pump blood with a long tubular heart located in the middle of their body. Like the hearts of vertebrates, the hearts of these animals have two separate states: a state of contraction known as systole, and a state of relaxation known as diastole. At the beginning of systole, blood leaves the heart through a large artery known as the aorta and numerous arteries parallel to the heart. Our aorta is right in the middle of our chest and just kind of goes down our tummy, I believe. It might loop back up. I don't remember. I just know it's like right there where you're in the center of your rib cage. It's right behind there. I think. I could be wrong. Next, the arteries dump blood into large cavities of the hemococcal. Hemococcal? It's not cockle. There's only one C. Hemosole. Hemosole, surrounding the animal's tissues. Larger cavities lead to smaller cavities, allowing the hemosole to oxygenate all the animal's tissues. During diastole, blood flows from the hemosole to a cavity known as the pericardial sinus. From there, blood re-enters the heart and the cycle begins again. Horseshoe crabs breathe through modified swimming appendages beneath their abdomen, known as book gills. Though they appear smooth on the outside, the insides of these book gills are lined with thin pages called lamellae, something like that. Hi, Kool-Aid Man. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a good week. We're reading some Wikipedia. Please, if you're listening to this, please feel free to redeem trigger requests and things as well. I wanted to read about horseshoe crabs today, so that's what we're doing. lamellae. Each lamellae is hollow and contains an extension of hemocell, hemocell, allowing gases to diffuse between a horseshoe crab's blood in external environment. There are roughly 80 to 200 lamellae present in each gill, with all 10 of them giving the animal with all 10 of them giving the animal with a total breathing surface area of about 2 square meters. Pretty good and good week so far. Let's go. It's good to hear, Kool-Aid Man. We start the 3 12-hour streams marathon tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So, yeah, we'll start the morning by opening some Magic the Gathering packs. I actually managed to find Magic cards at Walmart today. So, I bought all the only ones I had left. They had five packs of the most recent set, Lorwyn Eclipsed. So I'm very excited. I haven't opened any of these packs. I don't have any Lorwyn Eclipsed cards, so I'm very excited. I have some of the some cards from the original Lorwyn block from like 2008 or whenever, because I got a bunch of cards from a friend that lived down the street. And his aunt rented out apartments, and they had to evict a guy, and the only thing in his apartment was just boxes of Magic cards. So his mom made him give me and my brother some cards. So I have 2 card boxes of Magic cards, and a bulk of them are from like 2011, 2012, that era. So like Mirrodin, around there, which is exciting. Do you want me to? You just want me to say it? You don't? Would you like me to spell it, Kool-Aid Man? And thank you, Chang. Good to see you, Chang. Spell it. You got it, Kool-Aid Man. We'll do 5 for you. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. It's been an hour and a half already. Okay. All right. You heard to plug in your headphones. No worries, Chang. Hi, Chang. Thank you for the affiliate message. I appreciate that. Hope you've been watching. We're reading Wikipedia. We're reading the article for horseshoe crabs. It's actually quite a beefy article. We're not even halfway through. We're almost halfway through. Just about. We've got a ways to go, though. I forgot where I was. We're just gonna start over. Sorry, 0, 1, 1. All right, we'll do 3 more. Sorry if you guys heard that. I think my sister sneezed in the other room. She's just on the other side of the wall, so I think that's what that was. It sounded like a sneeze to me, maybe? C O O L A I D M A N 0 1 1 C O O L A I D M A N 0 1 1. One more. C O O L A I D M A N 0 1 1. All right. There you go, Kool-Aid Man. Hopefully that was okay for you, sweetheart. Thank you for the reading, dear. Thank you. Give me one moment. I need to blow my nose real quick. Okay, sorry about that. When underwater, the lamellae are routinely aerated by rhythmic movement of the book gills. These movements create a current that enters through 2 gaps between the cephalothorax and abdomen and exits on either side of the telson. Next is feeding, digestion, and excretion. Excuse me, sorry. Horseshoe crabs first break up their food using bristles, known as gnathobases, located at the coxa, or base of their walking limbs. Gnathobases on the right and left legs. Gnathobases on the right and left legs form a cavity known as the food groove. Food groove that begins near the pusher legs and extends to the animal's mouth. The end of the groove is closed off by the animal's chilaria. To break up any food, each pair of coxa moves in the opposite direction parallel to the ones in front and behind it. This motion happens while feeding and walking, pushing food towards the mouth. Horseshoe crabs catch soft prey with claws on either their second or to fifth legs and place them in the food groove to be ground up. For harder prey, horseshoe crabs use a pair of stout, cuspid gnathobases, informally known as nutcrackers. Chang, thank you for resubscribing for 18 months in a row. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. On the back of their 6 legs. After the food is sufficiently torn up, it is moved by the chelicerae into the mouth for further digestion. Horseshoe crabs are some of the only living chelicerates with guts that can process solid food. Its digestive system is J-shaped, lined with a cuticle, and can be divided into 3 main sections: the foregut, midgut, and hindgut. Whoops, sorry. The foregut is contained in the animal's cephalothorax and comprises the esophagus, crop, and gizzard. The esophagus moves from the mouth to the crop, where it is stored before entering the gizzard. The gizzard is a muscular toothed organ that serves to pulverize the food from the crop and regurgitate any indigestible particles. The foregut terminates in the pyloric valve and sphincter, a muscular door of sorts that separates it from the midgut. The midgut is composed of a short stomach, along A long intestinal tube connected to the stomach are a pair of large sac-like digestive ceca. Ceca? I think it's ceca. I think rabbits have a ceca. I think the word's very familiar. I think rabbits have a ceca. I remember maybe cows do. I don't remember. But it's fine. Was used to for life-saving medicine. Yeah, it is. It is. Well, we're gonna get to that in probably 15 minutes. Sac-like digestive ceca, known as hepatopancreases. These ceca fill most of the cephalothoracic and abdominal hemicell are where most digestion and nutrition absorption takes place. Before and following digestion, the midgut lining, epithelium, secretes a peristrophic membrane made of chitin and mucoproteins that surrounds the food and later the feces. Horseshoe crabs excrete waste through both their book gills and hindgut. Similar to many aquatic animals, horseshoe crabs have a monotelic metabolism and eliminate ammonia and other small toxins through diffusion with their gills. After being processed in the midgut, waste is passed into a muscular tube known as the hindgut, or rectum, and then excreted from a sphincter known as the anus. Externally, this opening is located on the bottom side of the animal, right below its telson. Distribution and habitat. In the modern day, horseshoe crabs have a relatively limited distribution. The 3 Asian species mainly occur in South and Southeast Asia, along the Bay of Bengal, and the coasts of Indonesia. A notable exception is the tri-spine horseshoe crab, whose range extends northward to the coasts of China, Taiwan, and southern Japan. The American species lives from the coast of Nova Scotia to the northern Gulf of Mexico, with another population residing around the Yucatan Peninsula. Extant horseshoe crabs generally live in salt water, though one species, the mangrove horseshoe crab, Carcinoscorpius, is often found in more brackish environments. As recently as the early Pleistocene, 2 million years ago, Limulus polyphemus inhabited the Cap Copenhagen Formation of northern Greenland, as demonstrated by environmental DNA. Around this time, the sea surface temperature would have been 8 degrees Celsius warmer than the present. Past adaptation to freshwater. According to a phylogeny from 2015, now extinct Xiphosaurans traveled to freshwater at least 5 times throughout history. The same transition happened twice in the horseshoe crabs, Victolomolus and Lumulatella, both in inhabiting environments such as swamps and rivers. Behavior and life history. Diet. Horseshoe crabs eat primarily worms and mollusks living on the ocean floor. They may also feed on crustaceans and even small fish. Foraging usually takes place at night. Horseshoe crabs live a primarily benthic lifestyle, preferring to stay at the water's bottom. However, they're also known to swim. This behavior is widespread in young individuals or those traveling to the shore to breed. Horseshoe crabs swim upside down with their bodies pointed downwards at an angle. They use their telson as a rudder, changing direction towards where it moved. To swim, the animal's retracted legs move to the front of its cephalothorax, extend, and stroke towards the back. This motion happens in unison with the genital operculum in the first 3 pairs of book gills. While the front appendages reset, the back 2 book gills perform a smaller stroke. Horseshoe crabs have a variety of ways to right or flip themselves over. The most common method involves the animal arching its opisthosoma towards the carapace and balancing its telson on the substrate. The animal then moves the telson while beating its legs and gills. This causes the animal to tilt and eventually flip over. Furthermore, horseshoe crabs can right themselves while swimming. This method involves the animal swimming to the bottom, rolling on its side, and touching the bottom with its pusher legs while still in the water column. Growth and development. Baby horseshoe crabs begin their lives as trilobite larvae, a name given due to their resemblance to a trilobite. Upon hatching, larvae typically measure around 1 centimeter, or half an inch long. Their telson is small and they lack 3 pairs of book gills. In all other respects, the larvae appear like minuscule adults. Baby horseshoe crabs can swim and burrow in sediment after emerging from their egg. As the larvae molt into juveniles, their telson gets longer and they gain their missing book gills. Juveniles can attain a carapace width of around 4 centimeters, or an inch and a half long, an inch and a half in their first year. For each molt, the juvenile will grow about 30% larger. This process continues until the animal reaches its adult size. When mature, female horseshoe crabs are typically 20 to 30% larger than males. The smallest species is the mangrove horseshoe crab, C. rotundicata. The largest is the trispine horseshoe crab, T. tritentatus. On average, males of C. rotundicata are about 30 centimeters or 12 inches long, including a telson that is about 15 centimeters or 6 inches long. And a carapace about 15 centimeters or 6 inches wide. Some southern populations in the Yucatan Peninsula of L. polyphemus are somewhat smaller, but otherwise the species is larger. In the largest species, T. tridentatus, females can reach as much as 79.5 centimeters or 31¼ inches long, including their telson, and up to 4 kilograms or 9 pounds in weight. This is only about 10 to 20 centimeters or 4 to 8 inches longer than the largest females of L. polyphemus and T. gigas, but roughly twice the weight. Reproduction. During the breeding season, spring and summer in the northern U.S., year-round in warmer locations, horseshoe crabs migrate to shallow coastal waters. Nesting typically happens at high tides around full or new moons. When nesting, they spawn on beaches and salt marshes. When mating, the smaller male clings to the back or opisthomosa. Excuse me, sorry, goodness. Of the larger female using specialized pedipalps. This typically leaves scars, the absence of which allows younger females to be easily identified. In the meantime, the female digs a hole in the sediment and lays between 2,000 and 30,000 large eggs. Unusual for arthropods, fertilization is done externally. In most species, procreation is done by both the main and additional satellite males. Satellite males surround the main pair and may have some success fertilizing eggs. In L. polyphemus, the eggs take about 2 weeks to hatch, with shorebirds eating many of them in the process. Natural breeding of horseshoe crabs in captivity has proven to be difficult. Some evidence indicates that mating takes place only in the presence of the sand or mud in which horseshoe crab eggs have previously hatched. Interesting. However, it is not known with certainty what the animals sense in the sand, how they sense it, or why they mate only in its presence. In contrast, artificial insemination and induced spawning have been done since the 1980s. Additionally, eggs and juveniles collected from the wild can easily be raised to adulthood in a captive environment. Relationship with humans. We're almost done. This is the last section. Consumption. Though they have little meat, horseshoe crabs are valued as a delicacy in some parts of East and Southeast Asia. The meat is white, has a rubbery texture similar to that of lobsters, and possesses a slightly salty aftertaste. Horseshoe crab can be eaten both raw and cooked, but must be properly prepared to prevent food poisoning. Furthermore, only certain species can be eaten. There have been numerous reports of poisonings after consuming mangrove horseshoe crabs. Carcinoscorpius rotundicata, as its meat contains tetrodotoxin. Tetrodotoxin is a potent neurotoxin. Its name derives from tetranodontiforms, an order that includes pufferfish, porcupine fish, ocean sunfish, and triggerfish. Several of these species may carry the toxin. Oh, so it's the same stuff in pufferfish. That's a little scary. While horseshoe crab meat is commonly prepared by grilling or stewing, it can also be pickled in vinegar or stir-fried with vegetables. Many recipes involve the use of various spices, herbs, and chilies to give the dish more flavor. In addition to their meat, horseshoe crabs are valued for their eggs. Much like the meat, only the eggs of specific species can be eaten. The eggs of mangrove horseshoe crabs contain tetrodotoxin and result in food poisoning if consumed. Use in fisheries. In the United States, horseshoe crabs are used as bait to fish for eels, whelk, or conch. Nearly 1 million crabs are harvested yearly for bait in the United States, dwarfing the biomedical mortality. However, fishing with horseshoe crab was banned indefinitely in New Jersey in 2008 with a moratorium on harvesting to protect the red knot, or shorebird that eats the crab's eggs. A ban on catching female crabs was put in place in Delaware, and a permanent moratorium is in effect in South Carolina. That's good news. Use in medicine. The blood of a horseshoe crab contains cells known as ambo, ambibo, amba, amebocytes. Amebocytes. These play a similar role to the white blood cells of vertebrates in defending the organism against pathogens. Amebocytes form the blood of Limulus polyphemus. Amebocytes from the blood of Limulus polyphemus. Why use horseshoe crabs as bait? I don't know. It works, I guess. Are used to make Limulus ambocyte lysate, LAL, which is used for the detection of bacterial endotoxins in medical applications. There is a high demand for blood, the harvest of which involves collecting the animals, bleeding them, and then releasing them back to the sea. Most of the animals survive the process. Mortality is correlated with both the amount of blood extracted from an individual animal and the stress experienced during handling and transportation. Estimates of mortality rates following blood harvesting vary from 3 to 15% to 10 to 30%. Approximately 500,000 limulos are harvested annually for this purpose. According to the biomedical industry, up to 30% of an individual's blood is removed. NPR disagrees with this claim, reporting that it, quote, can deplete them of more than half their volume of blue blood, close quote. Bleeding may prevent female horseshoe crabs from being able to spawn, or may decrease the number of eggs they can lay. It has been found that harvesting blood from horseshoe crabs drastically impacts their percent daily activity, decreasing their overall movement. The horseshoe crabs spend between 1 and 3 days away from the ocean before being returned. As long as the gills stay moist, they can survive on land for 4 days. Some scientists are skeptical that certain companies return the horseshoe crabs to the ocean at all, instead suspecting them of selling the horseshoe crabs as fishing bait. The harvesting of horseshoe crab blood in the pharmaceutical industry is in decline. In 1986, Kyushu University researchers discovered that the same test could be achieved by using isolated limulose clotting factor C, RFC, an enzyme found in LAL, as by using LAL itself. Jigling Ding, I hope I'm saying that right, probably didn't, a National University of Singapore researcher patented a process for manufacturing RFC on the 8th of May 2003. Synthetic isolated RFC made via her patented process became available for the first time. Industry at first took little interest in the new product, however, as it was patent encumbered, not yet approved by regulators, and sold by a single manufacturer, Lonza Group. In 2013, however, Hyglos GmbH also began manufacturing its own RFC product. This, combined with the acceptance of RFC by European regulators, the comparable costs between LAL and RFC, and support from Eli Lilly and Company, which committed to using RFC in lieu of LAL, is projected to all but end the practice of blood harvesting from horseshoe crabs. Vaccine research and development during the COVID-19 pandemic has added an additional, quote, strain on the American horseshoe crab, close quote. In December 2019, a report of the U.S. Senate, which encouraged the Food and Drug Administration to, quote, establish processes for valuing alternative pyrogenicity tests and report back to the Senate on steps to take to increase their use, close quote, was released. PETA backed the report. In June 2020, it was reported that U.S. pharmacopoeia had declined to give RFC equal standing with horseshoe crab blood, without the approval for the classification as an industry standard testing material. U.S. companies will have to overcome the scrutiny of showing that RFC is safe and effective for their desired uses, which may serve as a deterrent for usage of the horseshoe crab blood substitute. Conservation status. Development along shorelines is dangerous to horseshoe crab spawning, limiting available space and degrading habitat. Bulkheads can block access to intertidal spawning regions as well. The population of Indo-Pacific horseshoe crabs, Tachypleus gigas, in Malaysia and Indonesia, has decreased dramatically since 2010. It is primarily due to overharvesting, as horseshoe crabs are considered a delicacy in countries like Thailand. The individuals most likely to be targeted are gravid females, as they can be sold for both their meat and eggs. This method of harvesting has led to an unbalanced sex ratio in the wild, something that also contributes to the area's declining population. Because of habitat destruction for shoreline development use in fishing, plastic pollution status as a culinary delicacy, and use in research and medicine, the horseshoe crab faces both endangered and extinct statuses. One species, the tri-spine horseshoe crab, Tachypleus tridentatus, has already been declared locally extinct in Taiwan, facing a greater than 90% decrease in T. tridentatus juveniles. It is suspected that Hong Kong will be the next to declare tri-spine horseshoe crabs as extinct from the area. This species is listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List, specifically because of the overexploitation and loss of critical habitat. To preserve and ensure the continuous supply of horseshoe crabs, a breeding center was built in Johor, Malaysia, where animals are bred and released back into the ocean in the thousands once every 2 years. It is estimated to take around 12 years before they are suitable for consumption. A low horseshoe crab population in Delaware Bay is hypothesized to endanger the future of the red knot. Red knots, long-distance migratory shorebirds, feed on the protein-rich eggs during their stopovers on the beaches of New Jersey and Delaware. An effort is ongoing to develop adaptive management plans to regulate horseshoe crab harvests in the bay in a way that protects migrating shorebirds. In 2023, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service halted the harvesting of horseshoe crabs in the Cape Romean National Wildlife Refuge, South Carolina, from March 15th to July 15th to aid their reproduction. This decision was influenced by the importance of horseshoe crab eggs as a food source for migratory birds. The ongoing use of horseshoe crabs for bait and the use of their blood in medical products. The ban supports the conservation goals of the refuge, spanning 66,000 acres or 26,700 hectares of marshes, beaches, and islands near Charleston. That's it. That's the article. That's all she wrote. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one a lot. It went very in depth on their body parts. That was fun. That was a fun read. And they have the largest cones. What was it? Eyes. Why did it say that? They have the largest cones and rods of any living animal on Earth. The largest rods and cones of any known animal, about 100 times the size of humans. That's really cool. I didn't know that. That's a fun trivia fact. Just be like, hey, do you know what animal has the largest cones and rods in their eyes of any living animal? It's the horseshoe crab. That's fun. That's fun. Anyway, that's the article. Thank you guys for being patient with me and letting me read that. Um, we are very close to 2 hours here. So if anyone has any trigger requests or switch redeems or anything of the sort, please get those in sooner rather than later so I can get those to you early before we end stream. I can't be up late at all tonight. I have to wake up at least 9:30 to have enough time to shower and eat some cereal before stream. So, yeah. I don't know if there will be a stream on Sunday. I guess we'll see how I'm feeling on Saturday. But we might take a break on Sunday just to. I might just need it. But we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for the stretch water and the treat chain. Thank you. Okay. I have my bag of dill pickle flavored Lays. I'll eat a chip. Thank you for the treat chain. Thank you. Okay. We have the final ad break here in about 5 minutes. Excuse me. Sorry, goodness. Burps. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm definitely gonna need to charge my phone in like the middle of the streams. Probably. Well, we'll see. Oh, I guess let's see who's live. Who can we say hi to tonight? Violet's live. Doesn't look like Minori is. Raven's live. She's doing ASMR tonight. Yeah, no ND either tonight. We'll go say hi to Raven if Raven is still live when we're done. If she's not, we'll have to find somebody. Oh, Emmy is live. So we'll raid Emmy if Raven is not alive still when we're done here. But yeah, so plan for tomorrow right now is I don't have concrete plans for like games we're gonna play on Friday. Friday might just be a bunch of different roguelites. Um, might just be roguelite variety hour. Variety day. I have a ton. Um, well, I feel like I do, but who knows? Um, but tomorrow we're going to open the stream with some hand cam. We're going to open these 5 Lorwyn Eclipse packs, and then that might just take long enough for to stall till we're ready for Deep Rock Galactic with Kumi and Artie and DJ. Artie is available from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. my time. That's Mountain Time. So that's like 3 hours after we start stream. That should be plenty of time to open some booster packs. And then maybe eat lunch. We'll see. I think I'll be okay as long as I eat like my regular meals and not just eat like chicken nuggets for lunch. So we'll see. But we have 5 booster packs. They're still in like the cardboard or paper sleeves here. So if you haven't, it's been a while since I've seen like a single blister pack for Magic. They don't do like that cardboard sleeve that's kind of like hourglass shaped, where like the middle you like pop out and then tear open the middle section of the cardboard sleeve and flip it open to get to the booster pack. This one is more like a book or like a folder where there's 2 halves folded over the pack. It's very interesting. I don't know, this feels more wasteful than the other ones, but maybe it's not. This one feels bigger, but maybe it's also harder to like get into while it's just sitting on the shelf. Maybe that's why. It's some very sturdy cardstock. I guess we can read the flavor text on the back of this thing. Return to the land of light and shadow. I don't know, give it a voice. Dare to enter the ever-changing plane of Lorwyn and Shadowmoor. Summon beloved Kithkin, Boggarts, Merrow, and Elves that feature new and returning mechanics as well as art from new and returning Lorwyn artists. Discover your true self by crossing the boundary of eternal day into eternal night, and rise triumphant as a master of order and chaos. And the magic symbol on the back is in the shape of a changeling's face. So changelings were big in the original Lorwyn run block, and changelings come back in full force in this set. I haven't played with this set. I've heard very good things. I'm very excited. So, but the last time we tried to open booster magic cards on stream, the webcam died. Like it just died. So, but we should be fine. We should be fine. And apparently, you're guaranteed a foil card in every pack. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed like you're rare to be foil. I think there's just a slot in the booster pack for a foil card. That can be from common to rare, I think. And there are alt art treatments in this set. We'll see if we pull any. I'm very curious to see if we pull any mythics. We have 5 packs. That's 1 pack short of a pre-release kit. A pre-release kit, you just get like 6 booster packs and a promo card. And then you open your 6 packs and you make a deck out of the cards you open. So we're 1 pack off. Because I thought, maybe it'd be fun to open the packs and then try and make a deck, and maybe we'll still do that, but we'll have like a 70 card pool, or we'll be 1 pack short of a pre-release kit. But yeah, I'm very excited. I don't know. I know there's some very good rares and stuff in this set, but also like the cardboard sleeves that Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh use for their blister packs. Um, they're like the width of the booster pack. These there's like wiggle room, like you can shake the pack around in there. So that's not great. I don't know. That feels like the cards could get hurt, but maybe that gives the cards like room to not get hurt. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. So the paper blister pack is recyclable. So I'll try to remember to do that. You can recycle the paper box. But the booster packs, the foil packs of the boosters are not recyclable. Unfortunately. But these are, so that's good. Put those in the recycle bin. Welcome back from the ad break, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. I appreciate lots if you guys got ads. So I don't know if I'll have time to upload this VOD tomorrow morning. I might. Oh, I probably should though. I should have time. I should. As long as I get up at least at 9:30, shower, that should be enough time to get this VOD downloaded and at least uploading. So I can at least have it uploaded and not worry about it. Or at least have it in my YouTube library studio thing, and then I can give it a title and stuff when I have the chance. Yeah, I'm very excited to open these. Very excited, but like, yeah, there's a lot of wiggle room in these things. Maybe Wizards or Hasbro was like, we want to look different. We want them to be square blisters instead of wiggly hourglass shapely ones. But yeah, so the Walmart just has so much Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Like nobody's scalping Yu-Gi-Oh products. At least around here, nobody is. Which kind of feels bad, but if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, maybe that's great for you. I don't know. Most of the stuff on the shelves for Yu-Gi-Oh are like the mystery power boxes, mystery power cubes. They're still making those things, and starter decks, structure decks. They had the 2-player starter kits that Konami came out with last year. That's they're just like terrible, but they reprinted an Xyz monster, like a something. It's got like Zeus in its name. It's like a big mech robot thing, and apparently brought the price of that card down quite a bit. So that's good. That's good at least. But yeah, they just have a bunch of structure decks and um mini boxes. They had a couple blisters. Um and the mini boxes are like uh for like more recent sets, and then they've reprinted Retro Pack 1 and 2 and made mini boxes of those. Mini boxes are just like 4 booster packs and maybe a promo or some tokens, and that's it. So they're basically tins, but like Pokemon tins, where in a Pokemon tin you get like 3 or 4 packs and a promo card, and that's it. Except the mini boxes are in like these flimsy cardboard boxes that aren't even good for like storage because they're just not made for it. Um, and they reprinted a couple older sets. I think a set called Light and Darkness or something. Let's see. And they're not like cheap either. Um, and like that aisle up by the registers is like a mess. So like there's barely any like price tags on there or anything. And the mini box is like $30, 24 to $30, I think. Um, and like that's just it's not. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's called Supreme Darkness. They reprinted Supreme Darkness. Unless it's Supreme Darkness was a new set and I just didn't know. That's it. There's a chance of that as well. Um, but yeah, they reprinted Legacy Pack 1 and or Retro Pack 1 and 2, which were like collations or a collection of retro Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and like drafting or like doing sealed with those actually seems kind of fun. They're just expensive and you only get 4 packs for one of them, so you need to get like 2 or 3 for per person. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the last Yu-Gi-Oh cards I think I physically opened was a mini box of or maybe you get 3 packs. I don't know how many packs you. You get 3 or 4 packs in mini box. I opened a mini box of Ghosts from the Past on our like 100 follower celebration stream. I think it was 100. It's either 100 or 200. I also got like the Arceus V box off of Amazon that was just like um they made that. It was an Amazon exclusive because they had a bunch of overstock that they just put in those. And we pulled like nothing out of those. Out of the Arceus V pack box. I don't think I pulled anything. Maybe some hollows, but no like V's or anything like that. Hi Sucrose! There we go. Please go follow Sucrose. If you're not already, Sucrose is very sweet. She's a fellow bear. She also does ASMR on Sunday evenings. If you're here, you probably know who she is. She also does weekly Grand Blue streams. She plays lots of retro games. She's playing through the first Spyro game, I believe. She's playing through Blasphemous 2, and I think she finished Legends Arceus. I think. Uh, yeah. Please give her some love. She's very sweet. She deserves all the love. She's awesome. She's very good at Grand Blue. She's very good at Grand Blue. She placed fourth. She placed fourth place in a VTuber tournament last year. I think that was last year. She placed fourth. She's very good at the game. Sucrose is just she's a gamer. She's very good at games and is stubborn. So she'll just throw herself at a video game for like hours, and then which is great for me because I don't like doing that. So I can watch her do it and then get the satisfaction of seeing it done, and then we can all pop off like vicariously through Sucrose. She also got VTuber Clip of the Year in a Indie VTuber Awards show. I clipped it. It was my clip. my clip skills paid off, I guess. She was playing VVVVV, and this part where you go up and you have to do a bunch of air dodges, spikes on the walls and stuff, and then bounce off uh, a platform that disappears, and then go back down, and then to get the collectible. She's great. Also, she has a new model. Well, I guess that was a couple months ago, but her model is very cute. It's the bear that made the clip. It's me. Um, yeah, that was that was great. That was a great moment. That was great. And like the tears, the teary eyed toggle, it's so good. That was really nice. Sucrose has also given us a couple of tutor lessons, some Grand Blue session lessons before. We actually hit use that more often. Yeah, it's very good. um, we hit rank C1 last night. I felt bad because we matched with the same person like 4 times. They didn't want to rematch after like the first time. Um, I even like backed out, went to a lobby, used the crane game for like 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, and then backed out. Then went back into the ranked queue, and then we got matched with them again. I think the name was Poop John or John Poop. I apologize, John Poop. They were playing Yule, and we kicked their butt every time. We kicked their butt. I felt so bad. I think they took they took a game. Um, I think once, but no matches. We took all the matches. Um, New Vicala. I don't know if I've noticed the change. I guess I don't know what's changed. I kicked. I would uh bear trap, and then if they hit the bear trap, I would then dormouse hit them in the air. A couple times, I got them with the bear trap, hit them with the up forward, the little spinny mice, with the arc up in the air. Hit them with that, and then on their way down, hit them with dormouse. Uh, she gets better items more often. Oh, maybe, yeah, yeah. So I just felt that because like they were trying to jump and do all this jumpy stuff, and they got me in the corner a handful of times. And then I just dormouse because I like dormouse because it just launches them away from me. It's like just get away from me, go away. Um, and normal less. Oh, I think I guess yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. I guess that helped. I think I saw a bomb twice, maybe 3 times. It was more spike ball. Um, but yeah, I just felt bad because I would do the bear trap, then if it hits them, then aerial mice spinny, and then on their way down, hit them with dormouse, or just bear trap dormouse, and just do that over and over again, and it worked. Um, they just tweaked the percentages. I see. I see. I just felt so bad because I was like, "I'm so sorry, John Poop," or maybe it was John Pop. I don't know. It might have been John Pop. Um, oh well. uh I kept matching with them. I was like, no, I'm gonna back out, go play crane game, then come back, and then it's still them every time. And I felt bad, but they got us to C1. It got us to C1, which is nice. And they weren't like bad. I don't think they were bad. They did a lot of jumpy stuff. They got me in the corner a handful of times. And I think they took a couple games, but no matches. I don't think they won the 2 out of 3. I think we might have gone to the the third game a couple times maybe. But yeah, it was really weird because like we matched against a 2B player and they just stood there and blocked the whole time for like the first one, and then they started doing things. I don't know if they just never played against Vakala before and like what the heck does this character do? Um it almost felt like playing against someone that just had like they had like rubber bands and tape on their controller just pushing buttons. That's what it felt like. And then we matched with the Yule player over and over again, and the first match with them kind of felt like that. I don't know. If something it felt weird. And I felt bad for beating them up every time, but it worked. It worked. But that's good to know. Okay, is Raven still alive? Raven is still alive. Okay. Anyway, so plan tomorrow in the morning. We'll probably just yap for like 30 minutes at the beginning of the stream. And then we'll open 5 booster packs of magic cards that I lucked upon at Walmart today. And then we'll play Deep Rock Galactic with Kumi, Artie, and DJ for however long they want to deal with me. And then after that, we'll play Monster Hunter, probably for the rest of the stream. Because Monster Hunter Rise is our usual Thursday game lately. That might go back to Mondays. I don't know. I'll have to ask Ari how she feels. Because Ari likes to play Rise with us. She's carrying me through the game. And then Friday is just kind of a free for all. I don't have any concrete plans on Friday. Um, oh, I forgot to ask Bears if they wanted to play Grand Blue with me on Friday. Because we'll probably play Grand Blue on Friday. I want to play more Grand Blue. So maybe I'll do that before I go to bed tonight. But maybe I'll do it when we start up Grand Blue. Maybe, I don't know. And then Saturday, in the morning, like immediately, the beginning of stream, we have Peak with some fellow bear tubers, at least Grizz and White Bear. Guylan has also said that he should be available, so maybe Guylan will be there. Excuse me. And then maybe Sucrose. Maybe Sucrose at some point. I don't know how long we'll be playing Peak. When we're done playing Peak, we'll probably play maybe more Monster Hunter. I don't know. But if there are any mutuals listening to this and you are available Friday or Saturday at all, and you want to play video games with me, let me know. I have no plans. So, yeah. No, you're fine, Sucrose. You don't have to stream. I don't know if Grizz and White Bear are going to stream it. I have no idea. Yeah, I am excited. We might play some Elden Ring. I don't know. Because where we left off in Elden Ring, we're at a boss fight. So I'm kind of reluctant to just throw myself back into Elden Ring. I mean, we could just fight some mobs for a while, but I have a bunch of roguelikes in my library. I have Abomination, which is like a creature collector, but it's like the only game mode is Nuzlocke. If a guy dies, it's dead forever. And then there's certain points in the game where you can input a code and you'll get a monster from someone else's run, which is a very cool idea. So I'm in the Abomination Discord, or one of them. I think I'm in there still. I don't recall leaving. Oh, I am. Code share. Yeah. So if one of your guys dies, it gives you a code, and then you copy paste it in the game, and you get someone else's monster. Um, and you get currency through a run to unlock stuff and other alternate forms of abomies and stuff. I don't know if we'll play Abomination. It's kind of, I don't know. It's still an RPG. It's not as like hop in and then hop out kind of fun. Um, I do have Despot's game. Despot's game is like this procedural dungeon crawl thing where you amass an army of little pink humans and arm them with weapons you buy from the shop and find in chests and stuff. And it gives them a role. So you can get like refrigerators and shields to give certain humans like defense bonuses. You put them in front, and then they take brunts of ranged attacks for a while. Um, but your army of humans just kind of mob the enemy mobs. um, it has a lot of like pop culture references. So there's a lightsaber that looks like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. There's a Sailor Fuku that get turn someone into Sailor Moon. Um, I don't know if I've gotten that one. There's a bunch, and I I've put 6.5 hours into it. It's fun. I don't think I've only played it on stream. Um, yeah, and it has different game modes and starter packs, starter units. So there's one that starts you with like a plague doctor and stuff, and there's items that get turn your humans into healers. So you need those. It's fun. It's very good. I like it a lot. And then we have Balatro, of course, and um, there's more. I have more than that. Uh, um, oh, Cobalt Core. Do I have Cobalt Core installed? Oh, it needs an update. Okay, I'll have to do that after stream. Cobalt Core was a gift from a friend. It's a card battler or deck builder roguelike where you fight like enemy ships and deck build and stuff, and there's permadeath and things like that. Oh, Deep Rock has an update too. I need to update. I'll have to update that. Anyway, I have that one. I have Skull the Hero Slayer, which you might like, Sucrose, if you're still here. Um, it's it's a platforming roguelike kind of deal with big boss fights. It's probably I don't know how hard it is compared to Blasphemous. I'm guessing Blasphemous is more difficult, but um, it's less Metroidvania and more you just go through procedurally generated levels to fight till you hit a mini boss, and then you keep going for a bit longer, then you hit an area boss, and then I guess you unlock more areas. I've yet to beat the first boss. It's like a big tree ent thing. You play as a little skeleton guy named Skull. And it's up to you to rescue the demon lord or the demon king after the humans break into the demon castle and kidnap the demon lord. So you have to go save him or her. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl demon lord. Um, and you get currency through your runs, and that gets you like small stat increase upgrades to like your base stats and things like that. But Skull can swap skulls, so you have base skull that gives you you can throw your skull to do damage at range, and then you have a little tornado spin with your bone club, and you can teleport to where you throw your skull. I think It's been a while. I last played it in 2023, so it's been a while. Um, but there's a pretty demon witch lady who gives you your upgrades, and there's a werewolf man that gives you skulls before uh your run. It gives you the choice of like 2 or 3 skulls you can take before your run. Um, and then there's a Drider lady that you find during your runs that can upgrade your skulls for that run. I've never done that before. It takes a lot of, but you get that currency by scrapping skulls. Anyway, Skull, Skull the Hero Slayer is very good. Um, I've only gotten to the tree ant boss, I think 3 times. I have yet to beat him. Yeah, Skull the Hero Slayer is really good. Um, it was one I enjoyed enough while I was when I played it on Game Pass that I bought it on my Xbox, and I bought it again on my computer. So that's saying something, right? So we have a handful of roguelikes. But Skull is not super easy. Not super easy. I'm not very good at these games. Um, but yeah. Oh, I guess I can ask more if she wants to play games on Saturday. I guess I forgot to do that. Maybe it's too late. It's fine. We'll find stuff to do. We'll find stuff to do. We'll be okay. Like we could just sit and play Power Sim for hours. Anyway, we're going a little late. Let me let me get out your guys' hair. I need to get a snack and go to bed. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you bright and early at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 12 p.m. PST, I think. And then East Coast, I believe that's an hour or ahead of me. So that's like 10 a.m. Or no, Pacific is behind me. That's east. That's west. Atlantic is east, right? Right? So East Coast, I believe, is like an hour or two behind me. And then, I don't know. Time zones are frustrating. 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And we'll be going to 11 p.m. Mountain Time. Maybe later because we'll probably be playing. No, Raven, I was gonna raid you. Curses. Okay, we have. Oh, I guess we'll do a raid train here. Thank you for the raid, Raven. Thank you, sweetheart. I yapped too long. I yapped for too much. I yapped about video games too long. There we go. Please go follow Raven if you're not already. Raven's awesome. She's very sweet. She's a very pretty VTuber lady. She does cozy yap streams and ASMR and hand cam stuff, and she plays lots of spooky games. And yeah, she's got good vibes. She's got good vibes. She's very sweet. She deserves way more attention on her streams and content than she gets. She's awesome. She's very sweet. She also has a really nice voice. Like I said, Cassian's voice is like a nice warm dinner roll with some melted butter. Cap's voice is like the smell of fresh cut grass, and Nimbus's voice is a glass of cold water. Raven's voice is like hot cocoa on like a rainy evening, and you're like tucked in your couch the corner of your sofa with like a blanket, and you're like watching Zaboomafoo or something. I don't know, some nice nostalgia show. Anyway, she's very sweet. She's very sweet. Raven's awesome. And Sucrose's voice is like cotton candy, cinnamon sugar. It's awesome. Anyway, don't cry, Raven. Oh no. Oh, this is happy tears. But hi, Plumerant. Thank you for coming with the raid. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it lots. Welcome, Regis. Welcome. If you don't know me, I'm Ketchup the Bear, your local Teddy Variety streamer. I do ASMR like this every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. We do hand cam ASMR on Sundays. Except the rest of this week's gonna look a little weird. Tomorrow is my the actual date of my affiliate anniversary. Twitch just does it 24 hours before and after, I think, or maybe just 48 hours. You can do like the little emote thing. Um, to celebrate hitting 1,000 followers, this is my 4th affiliate anniversary, and it's like a 3DO donathon thing on my throne, the 3DO on the throne. We'll be doing 12-hour stream marathon. We'll be doing one every day on the tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. Tomorrow, we'll open the stream with some hand cam. I found 5 magic booster packs at Walmart today from the Lauren Eclipsed set, the most recent set. I am very excited. I didn't think I'd find any magic cards at all, and I did. So we'll open those in the morning. And then at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, around there, we'll be starting some Deep Rock Galactic with Kumi, Artie, and DJ. I don't know how long we'll be playing that. Probably till 6:30. That's around the time Kumi needs to eat dinner and stuff. So probably till then. And then we'll play some Monster Hunter Rise, probably for the rest of the evening. And then Friday, I have no set plans. I have no collabs planned for Friday. So if you're a mutual and you're available on Friday, the 13th. Oh, goodness gracious. Friday the 13th. Please, if you want to play games that day, let me know. We can work something out on the fly. But no pressure. And then on Saturday morning, we have immediately at the start of the stream, we'll be playing some Peak with Grizz and White Bear and maybe Guylan and probably Sucrose. For how long, I don't know. I do know there are Twitch drops for Peak that day, so great timing on my part, I guess. And then after that, I have no idea. Probably more Monster Hunter, Grand Blue, stuff like that. Anyway. Yeah, so that's the plan for the rest of this week. Hopefully all goes well into plan. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I think Emmy is still alive. Let's see. Where's Emmy? There's Emmy. I didn't see Minari or Andy. Or is there someone new we haven't, or someone we haven't seen in a while? Let's see. Oh, Nara is live? She's doing ASMR? We can say hi to Nara. I completely missed Nara. Okay. but go say hi to Nara. Nara is a fellow bear. She's very sweet. Um, uh, Nara's got Nara has like gap moe where she gets like she bangs her desk when she dies in video games. It's adorable. There's a clip of her playing Cuphead, and she's just so sweet. She's super sweet. We'll go say hi to Nara. Give me one moment to swap my headphones so I can hear my desktop, and we'll get the right going here. I need to go to bed. I need to fall asleep at like at least midnight to like 12:30 to get probably enough sleep. Not that I'm gonna be doing a bunch of moving around that day, the next couple of days, but still. Okay, but thank you for the raid, Raven and Kumi. Thank you, sweethearts. I appreciate that. Thank you for resubscribing, Chang. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening to me read the Wikipedia article for horseshoe crabs. That was actually very fun. Horseshoe crabs are really cool. They have the largest cones and rods in their eyes of any living animal on the earth. They're like 100 times bigger than humans' rods and cones. It's either 100 or 1,000 times larger than human rods and cones in our eyes. I had no idea. How did I not know that? That's so cool. That's a really nice, did you know that kind of thing? You can just spring on somebody. That's great. They also have light sensors in their tail, in the Teflon or the Tetron. I forgot what it's called. The Tetron, I think. Which is the big spiky tail thing coming out of their butts. That they use that to right themselves, and when they swim upside down on like a 45-degree angle so they can see in front of them, and they use their arms to do like paddle, and then they use their book gills to move to propel themselves, and they use the Tetron as a rudder. Anyway, they're cool animals. They're really cool. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, right, Nora Bear has an underscore. Okay, there we go. Please give Nara lots of love. She's very sweet. She's an awesome streamer. She's very cozy. She has a great voice too. I think she's from New Zealand. Anyway, I'm not. I might be kind of out of voice metaphors. I don't know. I don't know why. I like giving things metaphors, like the parable of the burrito from the Halloween candy tier list, to explain why I hate Reese's pumpkins. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here. I love you very much. I'll see you in the morning. I guess barely the morning, 11 a.m. We're gonna open some magic cards. I'm very excited. Last time we tried to open magic cards on stream, my webcam gave up the ghost, so we have a new one. Uh, and it's in the morning, so hopefully the lighting will be better. It should be, unless tomorrow is really cloudy. That's possible too. But the lighting should be better because there will be light coming through my windows. Anyway, good night, guys. I love you very much. Good night. Bye bye. Don't forget to brush your teeth, drink some water, take your meds, take your vitamins, put on some cozy pajamas. It's still kind of cold out there. Bye bye.